Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm creating a Happy Mail card using Hello Bluebird products. So first of all, I took these Word Buddies Woodland, which is a stem set that I barely used so far. It's adorable, but while it was busy, um, everything that happened over the last months, so I didn't got to really feature it enough. There are still other sets that I bought a while back, and I still haven't used them properly. So I'm trying to change that, because if you are a fan of Hello Bluebird, I think you know, but there is a new release coming normally in April if the planning and such goes on. And so, well, I have just a weak spot there. I already asked to just put everything for my birthday together to my family and friends to just make sure that I could buy as much as possible with their help from the new release. So, and then I thought, well, just look at your older sets, because definitely you will not have found a dime yet to use all of them, or use them enough in this case. And then I also found the Gallery Frame number 6 die. I got it with the Black Friday sales last year. Well, it was a gift, and I realized that I hadn't used it yet. So also using that one today to change that. And I love the frame. The frame is really useful. It's really sweet, and the words that are in there are really fun written. So I'm happy to use it today. I'm using several brown combinations today, and then for the raccoon I will use a warm gray combination. If you are curious later on to which markers that I use, then definitely check out my blog post. I have everything listed for each of the critters, and then the balloon later on. So that being said, I have stamped these images out using dark chocolate Gina K Designs Amalgam ink, which is a Copic friendly ink, and it's lighter than black. Which is something that I like using from time to time when I'm creating a really cute scene or a really simple card with really cute critters like these. It softens everything a bit more, so that's why I decided to pick this ink, but it works perfectly with black as well. And then I'm coloring from darkest marker towards my lightest, going back and forth. Most of the time I need 2 layers on this paper, which is the Transotype perfect coloring paper. But if I need 3, 4, 5, I will just keep adding until I'm happy with the blend that I have created. About the shadowing, I decided to look how the critters were facing, and each time I had the light source in their face. So the bear that is facing towards the left has a light source on the left side. The raccoon is facing towards us, so the light source is centered. The bunny facing towards the right, so the light source is on the right, and the same for the fox. It's a way for me to help me decide how to add shadows. You can also say, well, light source is everywhere on the left side or everywhere on the right side. Anything goes, and you can also just do whatever you want to do. You don't need to specifically have a light source in mind and follow that all the way. As long as you're having fun and you like the end result, that's perfectly fine. That's actually exactly what you need to do. So here I'm onto my final critter, and then the balloon I decided to do green. Lately I've realized that it's actually really funny. So whenever I make cards, I'm always trying to make different colored cards. So whenever I make 2 or 3 cards in a weekend, I try to not have 3 pink cards, but have all, well, blue, pink, green. But now I realize that whenever I'm sharing on Instagram, for example, and here the same, because it's all at the same moment that I'm sharing, actually it happens quite often that due to specific themes or deadlines from design teams, that the cards that I'm sharing were made on completely different days, but it ends up like I share all the pink cards all at once, even though I made them over several weeks, and I think it's quite funny. But in this case, actually, I thought of making a pink card. and I was FaceTiming my father while I was getting set up for this card, and I said, well, I'm going to make a pink card, and he was like, why pink? And I was like, because pink is beautiful. And he was like, yeah, but why don't you make a blue card or anything like that? So instead of using the pink from this pattern paper, which is from my favorite things, and it's called gift wrap paper pad, I first wanted to make the pink one, and then my father said make the blue one, so I decided to switch it up. And that's also why I used green on the balloon, because otherwise I would have made a blue balloon, an aqua balloon. So if you want to recreate this card, there are so many ways to make it your own, or to decide upon another color. I, for example, also think that these cuties can be used on a baby card. So if you have, instead of the hello that I will use later on, something like baby, or just a small sentiment that will fit in one of the windows, then you can make this a baby card. The only thing that I think is important here to let those critters shine is to use some sort of a light color in the background, a pastel one. If possible, that's my personal preference in this case. You can also do ink blending if you want to, but I think truly that this pattern paper was a way also to make the card more simple in a way, or quicker if you need to. But you can do anything you want in the background if you want to. Something that I want to say, however, is that for me personally, it was really important to line up the frame straight, as in this pattern paper has straight lines. So if you just put your frame slightly off, then your card will have, well, the pattern in an angle, and it would bother me. So I really made sure to have everything straight aligned, taped it down with purple tape, and then run it through my die cutting machine. So for this frame that I have cut out of white, I use some foam sticky strips from Tailored Expressions. They're quite high up, so I will need to think about how to add all of the other critters, since I have this height already. But I just wanted to have a bit of dimension, and I didn't want to start adding thin foam squares everywhere. Sometimes I do that, sometimes I'm just too lazy, and there are already strips out there that are cut perfectly for you. Something that I do want to ask, if anyone knows whether there are by someone strips like this, thin strips out there with a thin thickness, I would love to know. So definitely leave it in the comments if you know, so that I would love to have in my craft room. So here, as this one is going to overlay on some of the frame parts, I am going to add the same foam on the back to have the height correctly, so that nothing will be bulky or anything like that. Just adding it, and then it's time to add the hello. Looking now, while doing the voiceover, it would have been better to add the hello first before adding the frame, since now my negative here to help me is high up, and it's really hard to inlay things this way. So I sort of mimicked it by just watching the negative at this point, because there was no point in trying to let it drop down in the inlay of the negative, because that just would still be able to shift on the go. So just trying it like this, but in case you would make a similar card or with a die cut like this as well, try to do it before adding all of the dimension. That will really help you. And then to finish off my card, I decided to take my favorite embellishments, being some heart sprinkles. There are many out there, many colors, many brands. I just have these here. I wanted to use the pinks, so I just took some, randomly placed them, wiggled with them, because it was truly a pain to get it in place today, especially the one on the bottom. So yeah, once I was happy with placement, however, I could adhere it using some liquid glue, and then I will finish off the balloon using some glossy accents, because a balloon is always nice with glossy accents. So that's what I'm doing to finish off this card. But as you can see, it's a really simple card. There is a pattern paper, but personally I don't find it distracting. It's also one color which is a bit easier because there are a lot of patterns out there, gorgeous ones with rainbow colors, which I adore, but that can also sometimes distract. So that's why I chose for one color pattern paper, a soft color, and just make sure that it was aligned straight when die cutting it. So that is going to be my card for today. A really simple one, but really cute with these images from Hello Bluebird. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and of course that you like the end result, that I could inspire you in some way. Also, if you don't have Hello Bluebird but you have similar products, definitely to try it out, because there are a lot of tiny cute critters out there from other brands as well, so you can make a similar card that will be evenly gorgeous as this one. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking the time to watch this video. I truly hope that you enjoyed it. I want to wish you all an incredible day, and I'll be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!